Hello my fabulous book friends, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is my top 5 book recs that I tell people to read literally daily. I get so many questions, especially on Bookstagram. Like I always get messages like what's your favorite book, what do you always recommend, and I'm just gonna send this video to people from now on whenever they ask because I get it a lot. So I'm not gonna go into too much of the synopses. No, it's synopses. I'm not going to get too much into the synopses of each book. I'll just link down their Goodreads page below so you can go and go ahead and read it for yourself and see if you like it. So I have 5 fiction books to show you. One of them is YA, 3 of them are fiction, and the other one is historical fiction. So let's just get to recommending. The first book is a little rough around the edges, but it's fine. I need a new copy anyways. My first book recommendation is Lily and the Octopus by Stephen Rowley. Oh my gosh, this book is so great. I love the relationship portrayed between animal and human. If you're a pet owner, especially a dog owner, I suggest you read this book, probably with a box of Kleenex by your side. However, I think that the story is beautiful. I think it is a great story of discovery and acceptance. I mean, you have to accept that your dog is sick. So yeah, it's really sad. I usually reread this every year. I didn't really read it. I didn't want to read the physical copy last year because I was dealing with my own loss for a pet. But I did listen to it when I got Charlie, who was right over there licking his paw. I hope he's licking his paw and not the blanket. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, so I think this is a beautiful story, and even if you have gone through a loss of any sort, I think it is worth the read and you'll really get a lot out of this book. Even if you aren't a pet owner, like, you will feel it. This book will hit you right in the feels. So the next book that I always recommend, it does come with content warnings though, so just be aware, and that is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is another author I love. She's an auto-buy author for me. This is another devastating story, and I think that it is one that you can learn from a lot because it does deal with racism, stereotypes, and, you know, even as a young teenager, not only just a teenager, a young Black female teenager, like, nobody believes you. So I think this is a great book to learn a lesson, and it's also very eye-opening, but it also deals with, you know, themes of abuse, and yeah, it is hard to read. I am wary of recommending it so much, but like, it's just that good, and the characters, like, I still think of the book to this day. Like, yeah, it is powerful. I love powerful novels, and this is one of them especially that I definitely hope that you will read one day, or all of her books, as I've said before many times, both on Instagram and on here. Another auto-buy author for me, that is Jodi Picoult, but the one I have here is My Sister's Keeper. This book really got me into reading back when I read it. It is so old, this copy. I really wish I had a copy of like the original cover. Whoa, there is writing on here. What did I do to this? I must have written notes on this for school. Like on like paper on my book, and yeah, stupid Maria, so stupid. But anyways, I love the book. This is definitely a really great family drama, and I think not only dealing with the hardships of cancer in a child, I think just the family dynamic and how they get through it, how everyone deals with it. Yeah, it's a really great book. It is also powerful. Don't watch the movie before you've read the book. I'm sure, like, it's probably old enough that you've probably read and seen both, but if you haven't, read the book first. And if you can skip the movie entirely, go right ahead because the endings are different. The book ending is obviously 1,000 times better. Okay, so my historical fiction novel is Dear Mrs. Bird by A.J. Pierce. This book, it has to do with a woman trying to get into the writing business of the war, and she ends up in this really crappy job. But then actually the backdrop of the novel is World War II, so it's not like it is overpowering the plot line. I don't think it does. Like, it has some influence over the plot and the characters, but not as much as other historical novels do. So yeah, this is why I've added this historical fiction novel, because I think that it is a good introduction to historical fiction, especially if you haven't read one that is, that takes place in World War II. It's not really war heavy. It's just like, there's little bits and pieces here and there, but I think that the characters and, a woman working and all that stuff is discussed here. And actually it's also about a beautiful friendship. And yeah, so that's why I love this book so much. And I do hope that if you haven't read historical fiction yet, or if you're wondering about starting it, I do suggest that you start with this one. My final book you probably have never heard of, which it's fine. I worked at this publisher, like I said in my previous video, 2017 to 2020. So I have no issues with recommending this book, and that is The Youth of God by Hassan Getty Centaur. I loved working on this book. Hassan is a great person to work with. He was fun. And his novel is also, again, another really powerful one. The description is linked down below, but I'll just talk a little bit about it because you've probably never heard of this book. So basically it is about Noor, who is a teenager, and Noor is trying to make important life decisions, and pulling him in the school direction is his really great teacher, Mr. Ilmi, who we get his perspective in the novel along with Noor's. And then on the other side of Mr. Ilmi, we have an imam at Noor's mosque who is trying to radicalize him. And yeah, so it's basically this whole thing about Noor trying to find his way in the world and things like that. It might not have the ending that you expect, just be aware. However, it is a beautiful book. The writing is so fantastic. I love this book so much. And if you're looking for any kind of diverse can lit story, or just a story about coming of age and trying to, making decisions and things like that, I do think that this book is a true testament to what young people are faced with, especially young minorities in Toronto, at least, and the world, of course. So yeah, this book is important. Also get your tissues for this one. It's a tearjerker. So there you have it, just a sweet and short video for you of my top 5 book recommendations. I hope you liked it. I hope that you take these recommendations to heart, because I am telling you, I will shove these books down everybody's throats until everybody reads them. So yeah. So let me know in the comments below what your top book recommendation is, and maybe I will do a reading vlog on it, hopefully. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification bell so you never miss another video of me and my book recommendations, clearly. All right, so get back to reading, and I'll see you for the next video.